Hare Krishna. It gives us great pleasure to inform all of you that we are going to start a series called as Guru Padashraya, in which the senior-most disciples of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, disciples who have been associated with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj for last 30-40 years, are going to speak about their experiences and interactions with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And to start with, we have today with us His Grace Madhavanand Prabhu, whom we call as Dr. Ajay Sankhe because he is the director of Bhaktivedanta Hospital and Research Center. He started his Krishna consciousness in 1984 when he was a medical student. He took initiation from His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 1992, and now he is a senior most counselor in our temple. He is a part of leadership council. He has played a role in building this Radha Gopinath community of devotees. He is also a guide and mentor for many satellite centers across India. So here we have for you His Grace Madhavanand Prabhu, Dr. Ajay Sankhe, speaking about his experiences with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
I sincerely thank to the Radha Gopinath Media Services for giving me this very memorable opportunity. I'm very grateful, really very, very sincerely grateful for this opportunity that I can speak about my very loving spiritual master, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. So I have made some points in order to give it a kind of a flow. However, I'm generally not used to referring back to the notebooks and all, so I may make mistakes. So kindly forgive me for if I go back and forth. So my first remembrance of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj is like this. I was still in the medical college, Grant Medical College of Mumbai as a student, and some of us, we were going to Juhu temple mainly to eat prasad, but also to hear some lectures. But the main focus was having nice prasad, because that time the prasad was really, really very opulent. And at one time I couldn't go, but my friends went. His Grace Dwarkadish Prabhu, Vishwarup Prabhu, Giriraj Prabhu, they were there. And they came and told me about this very, very wonderful personality. And they were describing all the time to me how he dances, His Holiness Radhanath Swami. So they would actually show me like his hands go up like this, and he's very flexible in his body. He is very rhythmic in dancing. So I was very, very eager to see him. However, in that visit of Maharaj, he went back, or maybe he did not go back, but he was not in Juhu anymore. So I couldn't see him. And then, this was the year 1984. So, in that year, there was one devotee, Gyan Krishna Prabhu. He sponsored Mayapur tickets for many students. And he said, whoever wants to go to Mayapur for the Gaur Purnima festival, I am sponsoring them. So, I also tried my luck, and he selected me also. So, I remember myself, Vishwarup Prabhu, Dwarkadish Prabhu, Vishaka Priya Mataji, many others were there. And many very senior devotees like Mahaprabhu Prabhu and Chandramouli Maharaj, I think that time he was still a brahmachari, he was also there. Many other devotees from Juhu. That time Radha Gopinath Mandir was not existing, so everyone from Mumbai went together. And there in Mayapur, we had those kutirs, and they call it Nityananda Kutir. So in that first time I saw His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And he was sitting in the front, and all of these students, we were sitting like this. And Mahaprabhu Prabhu, he was introducing all of us and saying, these are all doctors. We were still studying, but he was still calling us doctors. These are all doctors, very wonderful devotees. He was profuse in his appreciation. And they do book distribution. Hardly we had done any book distribution. But he was very appreciative. And then Maharaj started talking to us. And then Maharaj asked everyone a question. So, what kind of book distribution? How many books did you distribute? Like everyone was saying some number. And I had hardly any distribution of books. So, I don't even know whether I said correctly or not, but maybe I might have distributed 1 or 2 or 3 books. So I said I have distributed 2 books. There was hardly any number, and that too some small books. At that time we had those coming back book, and then there was some Life Comes from Life. These are the books which we used to distribute at that time from the Bhaktivedanta Institute. And I remember even with those, he was very happy. He was very appreciative, very nice. It's okay even if it is 2, but you are trying. Like he was very encouraging. So he and Chandramauli Maharaj, they were staying we were in this room and the next room was theirs. And early morning I would hear them chanting very, very softly but very clearly and very intensely. And then the Mayapur festival was over. We were still about few days away from our return journey. So Maharaj left early. So the devotees said, hey, Maharaj is going, let's go and see him off. So we went back to that place where Maharaj was about to go by a car behind the Chakra building. That time now whatever is there, it was not there. It was just open space. And Maharaj then spoke to each and every person. He would stop and say, thank you very much, X, Y, Z, whatever. He would converse and then embrace that person. And I thought they are known to him, so he is embracing. Then he came to me. And again he said, thank you very much. And he embraced me. And that is the first time I realized this person is very special. No one does this. There were several sannyasis in Mayapur at that time. We were like awestruck. We were just looking at them and bowing down and taking photos. I had that hot shot camera, so I would take each and every person's photo. And I don't think I click ever photo of Maharaj. Because Maharaj was a simple sannyasi. But when he embraced so lovingly, I understood this person is very, very special. So that was my, you can say, the first encounter. And since then, lifelong, he has created such impressions which are permanently etched in the heart. We can't forget them. And every impression has a lot of learning. You learn everything from him. Fast forward, in due course of time, the initiation took place. I was initiated in 1986 by Kirtanananda Swami. And my name was Abhimanyu at that time. And then, for various reasons, whatever reasons were there, this group who was following Kirtanand Maharaj's disciples, they were expelled from ISKCON. So we had nowhere to go. And that's how we landed at Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Mandir, which is existing right now. But initially, it was a place of an orphanage, Lady Northcote Hindu Orphanage, which was later on shifted to some other place. And the office is still existing there. And Radha Gopinath temple was established. But initially we did not have, we had multiple people staying in the same complex. And Maharaj would come and go, encourage us, because we were sort of outcast from the main system of ISKCON. So then I am still not introduced. I don't know Maharaj knows me. He has embraced me at that time, but I don't know whether he knows me. And I would come and go from JJ Hospital while I was doing my post-graduation. And one day, suddenly Maharaj is there. Whenever Maharaj would come, we would go regularly because his kirtans and very loving presence, that itself was very, very attractive. So one day suddenly he saw me and he asked me, "So how are you, Abhimanyu Prabhu?" So I was shocked. I have never formally been introduced. How does he know my name? So I understood this person wants to take care of me. This person wants to take care of everyone. That's why he's addressing me by my name, even though I was never formally introduced. Then one specific incident which I would recollect, how his leadership was. He was our loving uncle. We could joke with him, we could dance with him, we could refuse his requests. He would request something, but no, we can't do this, Maharaj. And he would accept. He was very happy just to be with us, taking care of us. And then slowly started shaping up the devotees. So there were a few brahmacharis who came from Juhu, who were disciples of Kirtanand Swami. We were students still studying in the colleges and staying in the hostels and occasionally coming to the temple. But we would be there regularly. So it was a small group of people. And the Grahasthas who were very senior, Srinathji Prabhu, Mahaprabhu Prabhu, Sahadev Prabhu, Radha Krishna Prabhu, Krishna Chandra Prabhu, they would try to manage this group of devotees and take it further. So at that time, some of the brahmacharis at that time, they would be, at least apparently, they would be seen just loitering around, doing nothing, sleeping, not keeping the place clean. Apparently, it was not deliberately or anything. There were also very few people, so many sevas. So hardly there was any time. There was an orphanage there, so orphan children were there. They would take their own ways of doing things. But Srinathji Prabhu came once and he saw this all dirt around and toilets unclean and so many things, and some people are just sleeping there. And Srinathji Prabhu was a very loving but at the same strict devotee. He was very strict. He was like a army chief, so he would not mix his words and started shouting, "What is going on here? This is a temple. Why so much and why people are sleeping here? Daytime people are sleeping here." Like he was literally shouting, and I was there. And Maharaj was there. And the devotees were there, and it was like a very ugly scene. And Srinathji Prabhu was really heavy. Even though he's a very wonderful, fatherly person, but he was really heavy. And we didn't mind him being heavy. So he started chastising practically everyone around him. Except Maharaj, he was shouting at everyone. And then suddenly, when no one could answer anything, suddenly Maharaj said, Srinathji Prabhu, I fully agree with you. But actually, it is my mistake. I am responsible for what is happening. I just assure you that it will not happen. We will improve. As soon as he said this, Srinathji Maharaj Prabhu became immediately quiet. And I could see, this person, he has not done anything wrong. He is living in one small corner and still he has accepted the responsibility of the whole Brahmachari Grahastha group staying in that temple. So again, it made a very huge impression that how a leader should be. That he should not just be there for taking credit. In fact, Maharaj never took any credit. He would always give it to someone else. Many places we don't even know that Maharaj is involved. But as soon as the blaming part came, he immediately said, it is my mistake, it is my responsibility. So that was a very amazing lesson that I learned at that time. How very clear he was about everything. So this one small incident I remember, that I was artificially trying to be a brahmachari. Even though I was not qualified, I know that it would have been a big mistake for me. But I kept on asking Maharaj that, Maharaj, can I remain a brahmachari? So Maharaj said, if you want to be a brahmachari, then shave your head and join the ashram. But I said, Maharaj, I am still studying. Can there not be a brahmachari who is in pant shirt, staying in the hostel and still be a brahmachari? And Maharaj was very clear. No, brahmachari means shave your head and enter the ashram. So there was no ambiguity. And then of course later on I got married. That's a different story. It's a long story, but I will not go into that because that was also testing of my surrender, and Maharaj did test me at that time. And even though I failed, he said, you have passed. So that is his kindness. At that time then we were as a group of medicos now who are doing post-graduation. All of us have cleared graduation and we are doing post-graduation. So in post-graduation time, we would go to camps. So we would go to the camps in Palghar district, now where our Govardhan eco village is there, around that area. This is called Palghar district, which was my own native place. So we would go there, and on the weekdays, Srinathji Prabhu had given us an ambulance. So we would go to various slums of Mumbai. So near Kulaba there was one slum, near Worli there was a slum, in Dadar there was a slum. So every day one slum and one particular doctor or one or two doctors would go, volunteers go. The formula was same. Maharaj had very given clear guidelines that wherever you go, do Sankirtan, distribute prasad, give medicines. Every patient must get along with medicine some prasad. So naturally, wherever we were going, there were not only Hindus, there were many people who were non-Hindus. Somewhere it was Muslims, sometimes it was Christians, or some other religions also. So one day I asked Maharaj, this particular slum, the majority people are non-Hindus. And it appears that they are not very interested in accepting prasad. So is it okay that we just chant the holy name and they indirectly hear and then just give them medicine? Those who take prasad will give them prasad. So just to emphasize the importance of giving prasad, Maharaj said, no, prasad is a must. If necessary, make prasad powder, put it in a capsule and give it as a medicine. So, just to stress the importance of how important it is to give prasad to every patient and how important it is to follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada, he never encouraged just the philanthropic work. Whether it is philanthropy or non-philanthropy, unless it is connected to Krishna, somehow or other, according to Prabhupada, it had no meaning. So Maharaj was following that direction. And in this way, then we had some distant camps. We had camps in Kurukshetra, we had camps in Rishikesh. So in Rishikesh, we had another center, which Bhakti Yog Maharaj used to run that center. Bhakti Yog Maharaj is no more there now. He passed away. But that time, he was a very prominent personality, and all of us went there. His Grace Vishnu Prabhu had already shifted to Rishikesh because Rishikesh was like a new center for the Kirtanand Swami group. It was called as a new Madhuban. So there we went for the camp. And when the camp was going on, Radhanath Maharaj also arrived. And then we had good time, kirtan, we were all happy. And Maharaj said, okay, now all of you have done many camps here. I'll take you to the pilgrimage. So all of us, except Vishnu Prabhu who had services in the temple, we all went to Gangotri with Maharaj. So I remember Vaishnava Seva Prabhu was there. Then there was one Sachinandan Das, whose name was Sukumar Joshi, he was there. I think Tapopunja Maharaj was there, Chandramauli Maharaj was there. I don't remember all the people, but quite a few of us. And then we went by bus to Gangotri. And by the time we reached Gangotri, it was already late evening, around maybe 9 p.m. or so, and everything was closed. Gangotri is a very small place. So nothing was there. So we didn't know now where to go, what to eat, and we had to stay in the night. It was all very ice cold breezes. So somehow, because I was there, it landed in my quota to find out all these things. So then I searched for the places, and our Shukdev Maharaj was there. He was a brahmachari at that time. So I started searching, and then we searched for some places to stay. Then for food we started searching. So I started searching, and then fortunately I saw one Bhandara, langar they call. Our Sikh community had a langar. So they had just finished. But when I went there, he said, oh, you just come, abhi abhi aayo. Chalo, bula, sabko bula. Then I called everyone, and then they immediately prepared a rice and a lot of rasam type of potatoes and some mixed vegetables, but very hot. So that part was taken care. And in the night then I was sick, Maharaj was also sick, all were sneezing, and because it was too cold. And throughout the night my nose was blocked. And we were trained in such a way that throughout the night I was just for every blocked nose, every, you can say, disturbance of life, I would say, Krishna. So everyone around me was getting so disturbed. So they would wake up that our Shukdev Maharaj, his name was Srinivas Prabhu at that time. And stop your friend. What is he doing? He's shouting Krishna, Krishna. So I didn't know that. I am just doing in the sleep. So he said, Arey, he is practicing how to remember Krishna. So don't disturb him. Then early morning, Maharaj got up and I also got up. So Maharaj said, is there any hot water? So I had not thought of it, hot water. I thought it will be automatically available. But there is nothing like that. This was a simple accommodation. It was not a hotel. So I went around to search for hot water. So I found somebody, making hot water. So by the time I came back with a bucket of water, hot water, maybe 10 minutes later, I had to search and get it. Maharaj had already taken bath and put in tilak and he was already chanting. I said, Maharaj, I brought water. He said, no, it was too late, so I took bath. So he took cold water bath. And then I felt very sorry that I couldn't do it in time. I was really feeling very sad. The next morning, then we went to Gomukh. Maharaj said, let's climb to Gomukh, the origin of Ganga. And we went there, and that time, while going, it was a steep walk. So we didn't talk much. And once we reached there, first of all, you have to go to one place called the Lal Baba ashram. So I was in that Lal Baba ashram. We all stayed there for the night. Then from there, again you walk to Gomukh next morning. And then you come back from there, again stay the night, and next morning you walk back to Gangotri. It's like that. 1 day, 2 day, 3. So while going, obviously we couldn't speak because we were practically panting. And Maharaj and all of us, we reached right at the source of Ganga. And there I saw Maharaj's extraordinary, you can say, determination to do things in the right way. So he went right at the source. We were still, I was wondering whether to go in or not to go in, and many of our people, they were just, oh no, we have seen Namaskar, like 3-drop bath, but Maharaj took off his clothes and he entered the water right at the source. And even in that, I saw that he was submerging himself and coming out. And then at one point of time, he went down and a very large piece of ice, it just struck him there. And he had small bleeding here. But still, again he went down. And in that, staying in that water, he did Gayatri. So I understood, Maharaj kare to mujhe bhi karna chahiye. I should also do it. And I took off my clothes and I went inside. And it was a electric current burning my body. I just couldn't take it. Within a second I came back. I just ate one submersion and that's it. I just came out. But Maharaj was there for several minutes doing full Gayatri. So I understood this person has amazing tolerance. He can tolerate anything. And we know how later on Maharaj would reveal it through his book Journey Home, what he went through. So I could see the glimpse of that in Gangotri, in Gomukh. Then while coming back, then Maharaj was talking to us various things. First, he started teaching like a sannyasi how he should teach. So he said, look at this Ganga. What do you learn from Ganga? So Maharaj quoted Srimad Bhagavatam, various scriptures. He says, Ganga, her only goal, what we learn from Ganga is her only goal is to reach the sea. So, no matter what kind of obstacles come, there are rocks, there are mountains, bridges, anything can come, dams. She will not stop unless she reaches the ocean. Similarly, we as devotees must never stop unless and until we reach the lotus feet of Krishna. No obstacles should stop us. She undergoes goes under the rocks, over the rocks, any obstacle, she somehow crosses. Then he came across a small bridge. There was a stream going on, very fast, a deep stream. So we had to cross it on a big log of wood. So we were crossing, and then Maharaj stopped right on that log of wood and he said, "See this, what do you learn from this?" So we were just looking at each other, what do we learn? It's a good rock, a good wood. It is helping us to pass. So Maharaj said, the tree, we learn from the tree that even if it is cut down, it is so much helpful to others that in spite of cutting it down, it will still help the mankind. Similarly, a devotee is tolerant like a tree and always helpful to everyone in spite of attacks on the devotee. So this was also big learning. Like that, several learnings he gave. And in the night we reached again that Lal Baba ashram. There he encouraged me to sing Hare Krishna. First time I sang. So I was singing and Maharaj encouraged me again. Oh, you sing very nicely. I don't think I was singing nicely. But he was encouraging me. Then from Gangotri we came down back to Rishikesh. Now in all this, we were very poor at that time. We didn't have money. We were students, just post-graduate students. So we had some little stipends. Whatever was there, we were spending on all such activities. And Maharaj as a sannyasi did not have any money. So we were barely managing our expenses. So in that, it's not that you get down and you hire a car or a taxi, nothing like that. Whatever is available or by foot you go. So we came down and we had a lot of luggage. So I thought so many people are there, we have to go far distance to our new Madhavanand temple. So I hired a horse cart and negotiated with him. I said, okay, this much and all your luggage plus all of you can come. I said, everyone will come? He said, yeah, no problem. Whatever, 7, 8 of us. So he made some of us sit in the front, some of in the middle. And then 2, 3 people were remaining, including Maharaj. And I was still saying, okay, Maharaj, get up, now you sit here. So Maharaj took the step from the back side. And the horse is here, and back side of the cart. So he took his step into the horse cart. And as soon as he did it, the whole horse went up like this. Because it was so much loaded that with the horse, the whole cart went up like this. And the horse is like in the air. So Maharaj felt so sad to look at that sight. Immediately got down. Without saying a single word, he simply started walking towards the ashram. And naturally, I told some of the devotees, you take the luggage and go, I will walk with Maharaj. And then few of us walked back with Maharaj. So after this, then next day Maharaj was to leave. We were supposed to be there for 2, 3 days more. So when Maharaj is leaving, I started telling Maharaj that I am feeling very bad, Maharaj, that I couldn't take care of you. Everywhere I just caused you a lot of inconvenience. I am very, very sorry. I just couldn't give you any convenience. And Maharaj said something at that time which is still fresh in my mind. And now it is making me more sense because I have seen Maharaj's life. Maharaj very, very gravely he said, my life is meant for inconvenience. So I didn't understand at that time why Maharaj said like that. My life is meant for inconvenience. I didn't know why he is saying this. But now I realize after so many years that actually this is the mood of Lord Chaitanya as a sannyasi. That sannyasi means inconvenience. So accepting inconvenience is very natural. So that's how Maharaj looked at it. Every inconvenience it is meant for me. So these are some of the points at that time. Then after some years in Radha Gopinath temple, maybe 2 or 3 years, because of Maharaj's purity, Maharaj's love for Brijvasi, Maharaj's love for Vrindavan, his love for the holy name, the way he would do Sankirtan, so many things. There are multiple factors. But one very prominent head of the ashram in Vrindavan, he decided to hand over the whole ashram to Maharaj. We are still not in ISKCON at that time. So he gave the whole ashram to Maharaj. And we had the news that, okay, he has made all our prominent devotees, including Krishna Chandra Prabhu, Mahaprabhu, Srinathji Prabhu, as trustees of that ashram. And he was only single trustee. We were the majority of the trustees. So it practically belonged to the Radha Gopinath community. And then Maharaj took his first few people to Vrindavan. And he told me, you come along. So I was sort of made the temple commander there, or whatever name. I was practically everything. That means I was cleaning the floors also, cleaning the toilets also. I was managing the temple also, managing the schedules also. Some brahmacharis were there. One Pandu Prabhu, he was Marathi brahmachari. He was there. So we were trying to manage Vrindavan. And there in Vrindavan, we were traveling. Sometime Maharaj would come and then we would travel together. So one time, how Maharaj is basically, by just his look, sometimes he instructs. So he and me, we were traveling somewhere. I think we were going to Barsana. So now in Vrindavan, I saw many ISKCON devotees. I used to go regularly to ISKCON Krishna Balaram temple. So in that temple, there are many new Brijvasis or ISKCON Brijvasis. So what their style was like nice shoes, white socks, cap, goggles. So I had purchased also goggles and was wearing goggles. I didn't need them, but I just wore them. I am traveling with Maharaj. And Maharaj just looked at me and he said, what is this? So I said, Maharaj, goggles. Why are you wearing? Then Maharaj, there is too much dust. Actually, it was not true. I just wanted to give some excuse. So Maharaj didn't say anything, but the way he looked at me, from next moment my goggles went away. Those were the days where we would, as I said, we meet Maharaj very often because group was very small. Whenever we wanted, we could go and meet Maharaj. Maharaj was still staying. We didn't have the proper temple facility. We just had one small room which was where brahmacharis were occupying. It was not a proper place. So sometimes Maharaj would stay in the temple, sometimes he would stay at Srinathji Prabhu's house, which was at Bhulabai Desai Road, Seaface Park. So sometimes we would go and meet Maharaj over there. So once I went to see Maharaj, but Maharaj had gone out somewhere. And Srinathji Prabhu's son was there. Srinathji Prabhu had the eldest son Keshav Prabhu, and then middle daughter Vrindapriya Mataji, and youngest son was Chaitanya. So Chaitanya was almost my age, little bit younger than me. But he was there, so I said, okay, so what's Maharaj schedule here? And then he said, yesterday night we spoke for a long time. Maharaj is teaching me Mridanga. He is one of the most expert Mridanga players. Maharaj has taught him. So then he said, Maharaj told me some things. Maharaj would generally not reveal about himself to people, but sometimes in a small group he would talk. So he told me the whole history of how Maharaj traveled, particularly the part of Afghanistan and Turkey and Pakistan. That portion, he narrated the whole thing to me, and how he was saved. So when I heard that, it had a very deep impression on me. I said, here is a person who is still not yet initiated. He is not a Hare Krishna devotee. He doesn't know what is. He's just in the search, and still he is so strong in his determination. So my determination was always, even now it is like that, very fledgling. But I could say, this person is, I must follow this person. Later on, this whole pastime came into the Journey Home book. It is so exciting book. When I read first time, I remember I just couldn't keep it down. Just reading. Even today, sometimes when I go to sleep, I hear some lectures. But I don't put Journey Home when I sleeping. If I put Journey Home, I become awake. So I can't sleep because it is so all the time exciting, like not only exciting, it is like waking you up. So you can't sleep. That kind of book it is. Amazing book. So this is Maharaj's quality. One more thing which came as a, you can say, confirmation from my own father. So we would go to our village, as I told you, in the camps, medical camps. And all the doctors were there, volunteers were there. And my father would do everything for them, help them in all ways, make good preparations for them, good hospitality, whatever he could offer. Once Maharaj came, because at that time, those camps were the only next program apart from whatever was happening at iskconchowpatty, because there was nothing more than that. That was the only thing. So Maharaj would come. So Maharaj came once. And when he met my father, at that time my father was in a very distressed condition, for whatever reason. And Maharaj immediately embraced him. And then Maharaj went away. And then Maharaj, my father would always say, all your friends and all of you are very superficial people. He would always say that. But after he met Maharaj, he said, this person is real. He is a pakka sadhu. You can follow him. So that is also one of the confirmations which I had right in those early days. So now we'll shift our focus to the hospital part, Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Now we were doing camps, we are still students, now we have graduated, and now we wanted to set up a hospital. It's a long story, again, I'll not go through all the details, but we were trying to set up place in Virar and then in further suburbs of Palghar, Boisar, wherever we could get a chance, or some people would say, we will help you, we would go there as a group of doctors. But Maharaj's only one concern was there. Can you maintain your Krishna consciousness? Can you come every week to the temple, at least once in a week? That was his main focus. So at one point of time, we almost finalized the place in Palakkad district called as Boisar, at Boisar. Very nice place, already a running nursing home. So we thought, if we just take this, immediately our everyone's medical practice will start and we can do whatever the holistic preaching through that hospital. So practically everything was done. But then Maharaj, he also came, saw. He didn't say anything. He said, it's good. Yes, why not? He didn't say anything more than that. And then he came back to the temple. And then in the temple, we all met again. And Maharaj said, why don't we look something in Mumbai? Because our Akrur Prabhu, who was one of the directors of health services, he said, he told me that no matter how many medical units come in Mumbai, they are still less. So Mumbai can never be saturated. Why don't you look in Mumbai? And that is how then we started searching and we zeroed down on Mira Road. And then in Mira Road, we started our first center. Slowly it grew with the same formula. Harinam has to be there, Prasada has to be there, ethical practice has to be there. Then we got a land from one of the well-wishers and the hospital was being built. So when the hospital is being built, Maharaj gave certain instructions, extremely important, cautioning us for future dangers. So first thing he said, you are building a hospital, but remember that the hospital is meant for propagating Krishna consciousness, being together like a Varnashram system, and serving Vaishnavas broadly. He may not have said in the same order, but this was what the gist of his instructions. And he said most hospitals in the world, which are very famous now, in Europe, in America, they all began as missionary hospitals dedicated to service of God. And slowly, step by step, more and more commercial nature comes in and God goes away. This can happen to you also. So remember, never let it happen. Then he said, if there is no spirituality in the hospital, close down the hospital. We don't want this hospital. Very clear instruction. However, everyone did not know what we are thinking. So even from within ISKCON, we had a lot of opposition for building a hospital. But now it is well accepted in ISKCON world. GBC has given us a lot of appreciation. Now we run a full-fledged program called ISKCON Devotee Healthcare Service through the hospital. So a lot of blessings are coming through the service to Vaishnavas. And we try to improve. We do also make mistakes. But it's all because of the original emphasis which Maharaj gave on these principles. Then the hospital was almost constructed. And what name to give to the hospital? When we want to shift from the old nursing home, which was called as Chaitanya Seva Kendra, we were supposed to shift to the hospital. So that was a brand. So we wanted to continue that brand, Chaitanya Hospital. But Maharaj was very emphatic. No, we are doing it for Prabhupada. So let it be Bhaktivedanta Hospital. And that's how, with his insistence, we made it Bhaktivedanta Hospital. But of course, we were a little insecure. So we wrote it like Bhaktivedanta Hospital, a project of Chaitanya Seva Trust. So we maintained the Chaitanya in the name. Then at one point of time when Maharaj is taking round of the being constructed, under construction hospital, we showed him a place that this whole place, ground floor, is for the patient sitting. In the center there will be reception, and at the back there will be a temple, and in the temple there will be small deities and Guru Parampara. And then Maharaj said, I want to give you some suggestion. This is Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Why don't we put Prabhupada right in the center? So that's how of course, we immediately agreed. And Prabhupada was brought in the center. Today, Srila Prabhupada is right in the center of Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Then, when the coloring was happening, we had chosen various colors and we just wanted to show Maharaj that this is how it will look. When Maharaj came, he saw and he said, you will regret showing me this because I have some other suggestion. And I said, what is it, Maharaj? Maharaj said, I want the same color which Prabhupada chose for his Mayapur buildings. So then our Vaishnava Seva Prabhu went to Mayapur, took photos, and then that saffron color, Prabhupada chose that saffron color for that. So we asked Maharaj, what is saffron? Because our brahmacharis were wearing different shades of saffron. Somebody was like almost red, somebody like almost yellow. You could never make out what is saffron. So then Maharaj said, you come to my room, and then in Chowpatty, he gave a piece of cloth on chadar, said this is saffron. So that is the color. Then in the beginning, we were all thinking that since we are Hare Krishnas, we are seeing patients, somehow spiritual care will happen. The music is going on, Hare Krishna Kirtan is going on. But we all became extremely busy, tied up with patients, did not get any time to actually do the main thing, which is spiritual care. So again and again this topic would come, what's wrong with, we didn't know what's wrong, we were all expecting that somebody will do it. It was not happening. So ultimately at some point of time, Maharaj told us that okay, let's give importance to spiritual care. Who's the most important person in this hospital? So obviously it was the director, I was the director at that time. So let the most important person in the hospital step down from that place and start a spiritual care department. And then he brought in another director. Our Raghunath Prabhu came as a director. And then I was told you set up a department. Then by various devotees' inputs, Maharaj's inputs, the department of spiritual care was set up. And at various times he gave several instructions. One of his very important instructions was professional expertise and very strong integrity of each and every person in the hospital. So based on that, our quality standards are based. Then one more instruction he gave at that time when we had faced initially a lot of challenges in the hospital. There were strikes because the labor class of people, they were not very happy with some remuneration. Of course, that was not the main reason. Some political parties wanted to intervene. So they made that whole thing. And at that time, we closed down the hospital sometime because they were opposed to spirituality. So 10 months the hospital was closed. And when we phoned up Maharaj, he was undergoing some treatment. And we told Maharaj, we want to close down the hospital because the unions are coming in and telling us not to do spirituality. Or at least they are opposed to it and they are trying to create chaos, and we cannot allow this to happen. So we are locking the hospital. So Maharaj, we still have that tape. Maharaj said on phone, he said, you can close it, but remember, you will open it very soon and also open it in the same place. So we were wondering why Maharaj is saying this. Definitely we want to open, and definitely we want to open in the same place. But after 10 months of lockdown and no work, many actually were thinking that let's sell this place and start something else. This all coming together, working together is all a dream. It doesn't happen actually. Practically no one, people cannot stay together and they will always fight. But then again, Maharaj's mercy that we did reopen and now it is helping so many devotees. A lot of spiritual care is happening. So while reopening, then Maharaj gave another set of instructions, many instructions, which we have written down. But one of the instructions was quite challenging because we were not making enough money at that time because we were charitable and at the same time we were supposed to pay extremely well to the staff and doctors. So there was no chance of meeting the two things together. And in that, while facing that challenge, Maharaj is saying, through the hospital, you should do lots and lots of charity. So how do we do lots of charity when we do not have money for day-to-day things? But then we took that as instruction. We increased our outreach camps, we increased our free surgeries as much as we can. And his words were very prophetic because when we reopened, we did not know how long we will have to keep on probably taking loans, or maybe people like Krishna Chandra Prabhu will have to put in money to sustain the hospital. But right from first month, we never had to take loans. We did not have to take money from anyone. And somehow it started self-sustaining. And now today we are in a very safe position. When the hospital was being built, Maharaj would, and even after built, Maharaj would bring many of his god brothers to see the hospital, take their blessings. So one such personality was His Grace Jananivas Prabhu, very dear friend of Maharaj. So he came and I was showing around, I was driving them. And at one point, in a corner of the street from where Maharaj could see the hospital, he said, stop the car. Then both of them, they got down, Maharaj showed, this is the place. And then he said, one day this place will do tons and tons of preaching. Now, we didn't realize that. But today, I was just going through the data, last 3 years data. We have 3,086 people who have taken up Krishna consciousness in some form or the other. So that is 1 ton a year. 1,000 is a ton. So tons of preaching. Actually, it is happening. Many more things are happening. Then ISKCON devotee healthcare services was started. Literally thousands of devotees have come. Prominent ones are His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, His Holiness Niranjan Swami Maharaj. So many of them, Yamuna Mataji, Malati Devi Mataji. So many of them, they have come, blessed us, given us the opportunity to serve them. Her Grace Shitala Mataji, His Grace Harishauri Prabhu. So all of them, we have been able to assist them in their health journey. And thousands of devotees have come. I just named a few of them. Through now we have officially made a proper, you can say, channel called as ISKCON Devotee Healthcare Service. Through that channel, the ISKCON devotees can take. And Maharaj's blessings are there for this so that we can serve more and more Vaishnavas. In the COVID time, Maharaj was stuck in Chicago. He couldn't come. Maharaj actually left India by practically the last flight. He went to US. Then he was there only. And then COVID went through those waves and Maharaj was to come back. And after coming back also, There was no certainty that Maharaj will not get COVID because he had been vaccinated, but still you could still get COVID. And there were a lot of debates going on, and still Maharaj got COVID. In spite of all the precautions, Maharaj got COVID. And he was in the Govardhan eco village. And we were going and seeing him, Maharaj. So when we were treating Maharaj, we were saying, Maharaj, we can do this, we can do that, so many options were there. And Maharaj made a very significant statement again, which was very powerful statement. Again, following the same mood of Acharyas, Maharaj said, my body belongs to all of you. You decide what to do. So he didn't take any choice. He gave his opinion, but he practically fully surrendered to whatever the devotees were saying, the doctors were saying. But when he said this, that my body belongs to all of you, whether it is living, dead, it's yours. So you decide what to do. It was very much from inside. It was not a lip thing to say from your lips, but he meant it completely. So this is what Maharaj is. There is nice pastimes about his visit to Vrindavan, but before that I will take some other important impressions which Maharaj has created on my mind, through which Maharaj can be seen the way he is. So, one of the things which has struck me a lot and which can be observed in Maharaj is that Maharaj is speaking to some of the disciples. This is on the tape which I was hearing. Disciples of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj after his disappearance. And they are all in very deep grieving mood, and Maharaj is trying to give them courage. And they asked Maharaj, how did you feel when Srila Prabhupada left? And Maharaj gave us such a deep answer. He said, I didn't know, I was not there. We were complete, the whole movement was devastated. So they said, what did you do? So the only thing I did is, I just wanted to follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions, but I never had any personal instruction. The only personal instruction I received from Srila Prabhupada is to chant Hare Krishna. So I decided to focus on that instruction and chant as sincerely as possible. And Maharaj is saying it so seriously, so sincerely, and you can make out in his chanting also. So that also created a very deep impression on me, that how to follow the instruction of the spiritual master. Then how Maharaj looks at things. So in the beginning, we had decided to see for lands where a community can come up. So I was told by Maharaj that you see for lands, I search for lands. He had also told some other people. I was searching lands, and Maharaj had given all the descriptions. The land should be approachable by road, it should have water, it should have electric connection, if possible telephonic connection, so that we can all raise a community there. That was the original idea. And I saw all the lands, beautiful pieces of land in the whole coastal region near Mumbai, from Dahanu to Alibag. However, most of the lands Maharaj would reject. He would go see the land and said, search more. And I would keep on searching. But one place I had really liked, and it was like perfect, whatever Maharaj had said, everything was there. The road connection was there, big huge trees were there was ample water there, greenery, forests around, everything. And Maharaj kept on going around the land, and I am showing all the beautiful places of the land. And ultimately, still like I could not see that on the face, you have that understanding, okay, Maharaj wants this or Maharaj has liked it. So I said, Maharaj, what are you looking for? Because whatever you told me, it is all here. And Maharaj very seriously told, okay, I am looking for a signal from Krishna. So obviously that land did not give him that signal. Obviously there was another funny thing, this personal funny thing. Another land which he had seen in the Palakkad region. So I had shown, Maharaj, how do you like this land? So Maharaj said, it's nice. The only advantage I see of this land is that it is near your birthplace. Nothing more than that. I understood this land is also rejected. And then ultimately, Maharaj one day told us that we have a land in the place called as Daund. So this is in the year 2000, around that time. So Daund was near between Pune and, I think, Pune and Pandharpur, that road. In between is Daund. So there was approach to that land was you have to either walk 7 kilometers, so there was no bus, no rickshaw, nothing. It's a bullock cart. Very isolated, right on the bank of the river Bhima. And on the opposite side of the river, it was full water. Opposite side of the river was the fort of Aurangzeb, where Sambhaji was imprisoned for some time. A very important place. And there was, Maharaj said there was beautiful forest. Because when I went, I didn't find the forest because it was all babul trees, and in my area, babul tree is not considered as forest. So I said, this is, but Maharaj said it is nice forest. But there we remained for some time. And then for some reason we had to move out. And all the cows and everything, then they came to Palghar, where my parents were staying, and then the cows were kept there, and we started again searching for the land. So 6 to 8 months, cows were there. And that's how then we found this place where now Govardhan Eco Village is there. So Govardhan Eco Village, then Maharaj started giving his vision. We first purchased about 21 acres of land. Maharaj liked it. Then Maharaj told to purchase more land. Then Maharaj started giving his vision of Vrindavan, Yamuna, Govardhan, all that, very nicely it will be described by Gaurang Prabhu. He has all the details. But suffice to say, in the beginning, the project was not very welcome project by the devotees because a lot of money was being put and there was nothing coming out. And there was hardly any kind of satisfaction in the hearts of devotees. And when it was complete, the Yamuna and everything was complete, Vrindavan forest was complete. And Maharaj said, now let the devotees start coming. But the devotees were not turning up. So how Maharaj in one of the counselors' meeting actually started expressing his heart. He said, we have worked hard to make it for devotees. So, but we don't see devotees coming. And Maharaj said, did we do anything wrong? To that degree, he was asking questions. So Maharaj was ready to, do anything so that the devotees start coming. And then slowly now, today we can see that not only devotees, many pilgrims, they come, many foreigners come. It's an amazing place, Govardhan Eco Village. But all because of his very steady, focused attention to what Srila Prabhupada wanted. Prabhupada wanted the places of pilgrimage. That is one of the objectives of ISKCON, to create places of pilgrimage for Krishna's pastimes. So this is how Maharaj's journey. Of course, there are many more things which time is short. We can keep on going on. Maharaj has now completed 75 years, and we wish him very good health. There is a lot of demand on Maharaj's association throughout the world. Throughout the world, everyone wants Maharaj's association. Maharaj also wants to give it. However, as per his age and everything, whatever we can take best by keeping him where he is most comfortable, healthy, and according to his own convenience, how much he can give, because he wants to give much, much more than what we can imagine, what I can imagine. I have seen that what is his constant meditation, literally constant meditation in Maharaj's heart, is to see how devotees are happy continuously. And if anyone is going through some problem, this, that, his Maharaj is continuously praying for them. It's simultaneously for several people all over the world. So it is something which only a very sincere, empowered devotee can do. His love for all his disciples, and I can say for myself. Remember during COVID time, when he had COVID, I would call up morning, evening, not to Maharaj, but to his personal assistant, Rajchandra Prabhu. But Maharaj knew that I am calling. So after a few days, when we had conversation, he started saying, I really appreciate how much you are caring, this, and he started appreciating what I was doing, whereas I was not doing anything, just checking out. And then I expressed my thought. Maharaj, I said, throughout my life, what I have understood, that I am not very qualified. I've been making a lot of mistakes. I am not worthy of your love, association, shelter, but still causelessly you are giving. And I am only convinced that I am not worthy, I am not even loving you, but you have a causeless love for me. And that time he said, yes, I do love you. I love you. It is Krishna's love for you. A very deep statement. That is what he is giving to all of us as devotees. He actually gives Krishna's love to all of us. It depends on us how much to accept it and make our life perfect. So I won't just give this, you can say, narration about Maharaj's Vrindavan visit, where fortunately I was part of it. And I learnt a lot of things. I understood the depth of Maharaj's relationships. I understood how even at the level of being guru of so many prominent people, being so much wanted all over the world, still how he relates to the simplest of the simple Brajvasis. And how he looks at Vrindavan, how he looks at himself. So we had this Jagannath Puri's yatra previous to the two yatras. And at that time Maharaj had lost his father. Maharaj had brought the ashes of his father to be immersed in Ganga and Yamuna. So when he came back, he had told some of us that when I go for immersion, some of you can accompany me. So some devotees went to Mayapur when Maharaj went to Mayapur for immersing ashes in Ganga. I couldn't go. After Puri Yatra, Maharaj decided to go to Vrindavan after 1 or 2 days. But I came back to Mumbai and I was keeping track when Maharaj is going. So when Maharaj decided to go, I also flew from here to Delhi and I met Maharaj in Delhi airport. From there we were to go to Vrindavan. So on Delhi airport, Maharaj got the news, those devotees who came from Vrindavan to receive him. So they gave Maharaj some understanding of where he is going to stay. So they had arranged a stay in MVT, which is just behind ISKCON Vrindavan. And everyone knew in Vrindavan that Maharaj is coming. So there were literally hundreds and hundreds of devotees doing kirtan, waiting for Maharaj to arrive. And Maharaj suddenly said, I am not going to Vrindavan. So everyone was surprised and shocked. Then he explained that I am not going to Vrindavan. I don't want to go to Vrindavan as a guru of ISKCON. I want to go to Vrindavan as a simple pilgrim. So if there is going to be a lot of devotees waiting to welcome me and everything, I can't come. I just can't come. So now what to do? Now devotees started calling up there, and first of all they had to change the place where he stayed because everyone knew that he is going to stay in MBT. So everyone was gathered around that. Then it took some time for figuring out where Maharaj will go. And ultimately it was decided that he'll go to some place where no one will know what time Maharaj comes. And Maharaj then, the devotees were told that we don't know when Maharaj is coming. But Maharaj showed the mood of how to enter Vrindavan. That when we can't enter Vrindavan with titles of whatever, Acharya or Guru or a big man. We enter Vrindavan only as a simple, humble Brajvasi or pilgrim. Then Maharaj had whatever the Asti Visarjan, everything he did very quietly. And one morning, he just wanted to experience those days when Maharaj would stay in Vrindavan, where alone he would loiter around. But now he can't do that because wherever he goes, there are people waiting for him. So Maharaj said, let's quietly go and enter the forest. Vrindavan, of course, there is, in literal sense, there is no forest, but in spiritual sense, it is still a forest. So then he had called up His Grace Vishwar Prabhu, who was there, and Vishwar Prabhu knows all the small details of Vrindavan. So Vishwar Prabhu told me that you come, we'll go. So myself, Vishwar Prabhu, Maharaj, only three of us, Vishwar Prabhu's wife, we went through small corners and then went to one of his old friends. His name is Radheshlal Goswami. He is the chief Mahanta or the Pithadish of Radha Vallabh temple. And as soon as Maharaj came, it was all joy around. And he started talking in Hindi, Braj Bhasha, and he called all his family one by one, and Maharaj was simply allowing him to do whatever he does. He took photos of every child with Maharaj and gave a nice place to sit for Maharaj and started telling about Maharaj to whoever, three of us, four of us were there. We're just talking about Maharaj. Big, big thing, beautiful thing, which I will not take time. But one of the things which he told was very significant, even at that time when Maharaj was just 19 years old. And Radheshlal Goswami was slightly older than Maharaj. Maharaj is still not initiated. Maharaj is simply still Richard. He is not a devotee in the sense of iskcon. And Richard would stay on the bank of Yamuna, sleep there, and he was friends with Radheshlal. Radheshlal did not know much English, and Maharaj did not know any Hindi. Still, somehow they would converse. I don't know. I'm still unable to figure it out. How they were conversing. But he said, हम लोग रात भर बात करते थे. How they were talking. So it's a matter of heart. And he said at that time, his mother, she was all the time worried that because of this boy, this Richard, my son will also not marry. So she knew the influence of this boy who is still not a Hare Krishna or a sadhu. So that is the power of his renunciation I could make out from that conversation. And then he spoke for almost 1.5 hours. And in between Maharaj would try to say something. And as soon as he said something, he would again start telling something more about from that point. So at the end of almost 2 hours, he had spoken for 1 hour and 55 minutes. Maharaj could speak for maybe 3 or 4 or 5 minutes in small sentences. And then he happily showed around. He showed some rooms where he said, Maharaj, this is room, this is for you. You come anytime and stay here. Directly you can see Yamuna and no one will disturb you in bhajan. Like that. Very nice exchange. But what I realized that I noted a point that Maharaj, even though he is an acharya, he has all the knowledge to give to people. But here, for that loving friendship, he's simply hearing. He's trying to speak and he stops him and starts speaking. And Maharaj did not say, Maharaj was happy to hear him. And at the end of the whole thing, 5 minutes Maharaj, 1 hour 55 minutes Goswami. And we came out. So I was wondering, whenever our devotees, even me, we go somewhere, we expect to speak the maximum because we are like we know. But here is Maharaj, the simple Brijvasi. There is no philosophical talk. It's just all friendly talk. So that was one lesson which I learned there. Then in the evening, Maharaj was supposed to lead Damodarashtakam. And again, there was so much rush in the temple, Krishna Balram temple. So just to reach the place from where Maharaj would sing, that between those two pillars in front of Krishna Balaram, where Indra Prabhu used to sit, that is the place from where Maharaj was supposed to sing. Just to reach that place, it was impossible. I don't know whether it was evening or morning, maybe one of them. But then devotees, they made a huge human chain around Maharaj and somehow, pushing other people and visitors and devotees alike. Somehow they took Maharaj, and Maharaj sat there, sang beautiful Damodarashtakam, then came out again. While coming out, that same cordoning was there. So naturally, it was a necessity. However, even though Maharaj knows it is a necessity and that's how he could just reach there, and Maharaj at the end, he said, I don't like this. I don't like this people being pushed away and people cannot come near me. They want to speak to me and I'm just pushing them. You people are pushing them. I don't like this. And then he said, I would rather be crushed under the feet of the devotees than accepting such kind of treatment of being a VIP. So it was a very powerful thing. And then we decided, okay, we should be careful on how we deal with people around Maharaj. So next day then when we went to Barsana, then we decided that okay, few devotees, but we quietly clear the crowd right in the beginning so that Maharaj doesn't know what's happening there. And then Maharaj entered Sriji temple in Barsana. Then Maharaj was just quietly praying, part of the crowd. No one knows Maharaj is standing there. So all people are rushing and Maharaj is quietly standing. And there's, because we are also afraid to, make that cordon or anything. And it's all happening. Maharaj is being pushed. And Maharaj is still quietly standing. And then after a long time, somebody on the altar side, they saw, oh, Maharaj, because many people know him there. They saw, then they called him, and then he was taken to that altar. He saw. But his mood was just being any other ordinary pilgrim. And from there we went to a place called as Rasamandir in the Chiksoli village, which is under the, you can say, the staircase which comes down from Man Mandir. Below that there is a house which is a temple called Rasamandir, very old, and Maharaj has lived there in 1972. And then with those same devotees' help, we started the Barsana Eye camps. Now we have Barsana Eye Hospital. So since Eye Hospital has come, I'll just take you back a little bit in the past. That when we first time went to Vrindavan, maybe we were less than 20, around 20 devotees. Maharaj says a dozen, whatever, few devotees. And many of them were doctors like all of us, and some business people, Krishna Chandra Prabhu and all, lawyers. So we went to Ras Mandir at that time. And this is a very significant part of history I'm saying, which will be connected to Barsana Hospital later. So we all went, and that time the yatras were totally unorganized. So Maharaj, we just landed there, and then early morning we left the temple, and when it was lunch time, we would search out where to eat and figure out how to eat, and then again go in the forests and various places and come back late night and again figure out where to eat. So that kind of yatra was there. So in this Barsana trip, then we had the temple, and Maharaj did a fantastic kirtan there. All the Brajvasis were crying, devotees were ecstatic. And after that, when we walked through the pathway of forest and came to Rasamandir very late in the afternoon, maybe around 4 o'clock, 4:30. And the moment we came, all the people, the family members, they came and they saw, oh, here is our old friend. And that time when Maharaj had stayed there, he was still Richard. And now he is a sannyasi, Radhanath Swami. Whatever time he had stayed, maybe 6 months he had stayed there. And he had made friends, very, very close friendship with His Holiness Ramesh Babaji Maharaj, who is there right now, and many Ras Mandir devotees, who's a big family, Sharma family. So all their sisters, brothers, Panditji, the big brother. So all of them, they came to welcome Maharaj, and they were like so happy to see him, and in that happiness they were talking in Hindi and chastising, अभी इतने साल के बाद आया है, भूल गया था, like that. And Maharaj is simply smiling with them. And as is their nature, they all made us sit down. Few ladies, they sat down on the chulha and started giving us hot rotis. And we were all hungry, we were all young, very hungry. So people are just eating. So whatever little sabji they had, that is finished. So we didn't have anything. So ultimately they took out achar, and achar ke saath wo bhi khatam kiya. That is also finished. Then there ultimately nothing was left. So what was remaining was the powdered sugar. So then they gave us sugar and rotis. That also we finished. And at the end, then they served, sorry, one after another services are coming. So one service, the last service which came was the tea. So everyone was given tea in the glasses. Now all of us, we know we don't take tea. So we are just looking what to do now. No one is talking. Everyone is simply looking at each other, and then everyone is looking ultimately to Maharaj, what to do. So after a lot of silence, then Maharaj just took that cup of tea, looked at it, and drank the tea. So everyone took the cup of tea, drank it. And the eating program is over. And then of course we had nice bhajans with Ramesh Babaji Maharaj in the evening, and he sang beautifully. And I was wondering, all this Bhimsen Joshi and all these people, this person is different. And such devotion. He had a really deep voice, very powerful voice. And then he made Maharaj sing, and Maharaj sang very beautifully. And he told us how all of us were so lucky to have his association, Maharaj's association. Like that it went on. So this is where this pastime, there are many more pastimes, but this previous original Vrindavan Yatra incident is over. Now we'll come back to incident of Maharaj now once again visiting after the immersion of ashes of his father back to Barsana. So when we took darshan of Sriji and we came down to the same Ras Mandir of our first visit. And as soon as we came, not many people were there. One of the devotee ladies, Lacho Didi, she came, and as soon as she saw Maharaj, immediately tears started pouring from her eyes. Actually, I'm just standing right there. And Maharaj is extremely serious. Maharaj is just looking at her feet. And Maharaj is, because she doesn't speak English, and Maharaj doesn't speak English. Maharaj is just doing like this. He's just showing his heart that I am your servant. And she's crying and laughing. It's amazing. I could see that how these people, after so many years, they maintain that love that they can just by looking at a person continuously cry. So this is Maharaj's very intimate, loving relationship with Brijvasis. Then we went inside, and there again few devotees were there of the family. Many of them were on the some kathas, they were giving katha outside. Somebody was in Haryana and somebody was in Noida. And all of them, they made Maharaj speak to each one of them on video call. So I have never seen something like this even in very close family members. We don't see this. But each and every member, and every member also was so happy to see Maharaj. They particularly, I remember when there was one devotee whose name is Narsingh Baba, who used to be, when Maharaj was there, he was there. So he was somewhere in Haryana or maybe Punjab in Katha, and he's on video, and Maharaj is talking to him. As soon as he came on video, again from there, he's also crying. Tears are pouring out of his eyes. And Maharaj simply smiling at him. And he's not stopping. He's just crying, crying. So ultimately, Maharaj had to make him pacified. So Maharaj started saying something, and still he was not pacified. So ultimately, Maharaj told him a joke. And he said, "Do you remember? We are three, we are three." So then he started smiling and laughing. Yes, we are three, we are three. And then, of course, there are many others, nice, very nice exchanges. After that, we came out. On the way, I asked Maharaj, "What is this? We are three." How did you use this to pacify him? Then he said, and the joke was that whenever they were together, and Narsingh Baba and some other Panditji and all, they had shared a joke with Maharaj, where Maharaj had really heartily laughed at that time, many years back. The joke was like this, that those days people did not know English. Still they wanted to impress the Angrez, that is Britishers, that they know English. So then these three friends, they had learned few words. Yes, thank you, and we are three. हम तीन है. Maharaj told this story quickly. He said, when there was a theft or there was murder, then these three were arrested. So taken in front of the judge. So judge asked, "So you did the murder?" So they knew only, yes. So then he said, "Who all did the murder?" So they didn't understand. They just knew the second word. We are three. So then the judge said, "I order that you should be given death punishment." So they said, they knew the third word was, "Thank you." So Maharaj had laughed at that time. So this is how he made him laugh. During the lunch time also there was a lot of very loving interactions. One of the interaction was one of the sons of the devotee there, Lalaji. He was studying as a law student in Noida. So he was also on video call. And he said, "Pranam Maharaj," and he speaks English. So I'm very happy, but I'm very sad that I'm not there when you are in our house. And unfortunately, I have to do this law here. So as soon as I said law, Maharaj again tried to make him laugh. Maharaj said, Vrindavan, Krishna makes laws for the whole world and then breaks every law in Vrindavan. That is Krishna. And he started laughing. Like that, many things. Then this one devotee, he said, Maharaj ऐसे छोटे मेरे नहीं, वो गागर में सागर है. So we translated to Maharaj. What is he saying? गागर में सागर है. मतलब he is a person in which a lot of knowledge and renunciation and love, everything is one person. That is गागर में सागर. And the devotees were giving prasad, so much prasad. So Maharaj suddenly said, "Tell them that ये प्रसाद का सागर इस गागर में नहीं जा सकता. The ocean of prasad cannot be going into my small gagar. So they started laughing heartily. They said, Maharaj said, you are all my gurus. She has taught me how to make chapatis, rotis, and puris. And then you have taught me, you are my still a guru of how to eat prasad. Like that, he's giving credit to everyone. Then one of them, they said to Maharaj that, Maharaj, in Braj we say like this, that समाज का गुरु ब्राह्मण होता है. समाज का गुरु ब्राह्मण होता है. The Brahmana is the guru of the whole society. And ब्राह्मणों का गुरु होता है सन्यासी. The guru of Brahmins is a sannyasi. And sannyasi's guru is Avinashi. That is Krishna. And Avinashi's guru is Brijvasi. So like that they started laughing. And Maharaj, yes, this is perfect. So all this happened just showing us that after so many years, 1972, now it is, of course, in between also Maharaj met. But he doesn't spend much time, but that whatever little time he spends, there is so much intensity of love, exchange. It is absolutely amazing. And that is all because Maharaj actually sees them as gurus, every Brajvasi. Because that is what the scriptures say, that a devotee follows in the footsteps of a Brajvasi. That's what bhakti is, Vraja bhakti. So moving fast forward, this yatra, after the yatra, Maharaj decided to see the Barsana Eye Hospital. So Maharaj came to Barsana and he stayed in the eye hospital for the night. And early morning he decided to go for a japa walk. And then whoever was around, he said, come. So we all, maybe 6 to 8 of us, we started walking with Maharaj. So Maharaj, he came to the Parikrama road, came like this. The Parikrama road goes behind Barsana Eye Hospital, which is beautiful. It has come up really well. Maharaj was very satisfied to look at the building of the hospital, very satisfied to meet the employees there. So Maharaj, when he came from behind, again he turned and saw the hospital. And Maharaj suddenly said, one cup of tea and see where we are. So it has also a very deep lesson that the rules and regulations are there and we must follow them. But more than rules and regulations, beyond that, there is a lot of sensitivity of how the other, particularly Brijvas, how they will feel. I remember that time when first time we took tea also, after coming out from that place, then Maharaj explained to all of us that see, you took tea, I also took tea. We don't take tea. It is an intoxicant. But since we had not told them, we never told them that they were not expecting us. And they served, so we had to take. But now henceforth, whenever you go, first inform them that you don't take tea. Of course, they know now that we don't take tea. But they also valued it. And their association with the doctors group, the eye surgeons, is very strong. And with their help also, we have done several years of camps. And now, a beautiful 100-bedded Barsana Eye Hospital has come up. So Maharaj made that very significant comment. One cup of tea not many people could understand, only some of us, because we were there in that incident of taking that tea. But that tea, one cup of tea, made a very strong impact even on those Brijvasis, like how much this person values us. It is against his rules, still he did it. Only once. It is not a license. Also, Maharaj's very deep understanding of what Prabhupada would want. So in Mumbai, Bhaktivedanta Hospital, it is a self-sustaining hospital where we take money from those who can pay. Those who can't pay, they are done free. But there is a cross subsidy and we are sustaining the hospital. So similar thing we try to do in Barsana. And when Maharaj came, previous visit, Maharaj, when he came, he had a meeting with all the doctors and everything. And there, it's a long conversation, but Maharaj said, here we will not be charging. Because if you charge, people will think you have come here for commercial interest. Prabhupada's name will be spoiled. Because in Vrindavan, we cannot do any commercial activity. Whatever name you have earned for so many years, it will be all washed off. By just little charge, you are not going to earn much more. So make everything free. So again, we were wondering how to do this because there is no money. We have to sustain this project. It has now a huge hospital has come up. But as I said, when Maharaj says something, Krishna is backing those words. They are coming directly from Krishna's signal. So we started doing not just the simple surgeries, but the laser surgeries, what is called in common man's language called laser surgery, but it actually is a phacoemulsion surgery of the eyes, which is a costly surgery. So we decided that Brijvasis, they are the topmost people, most important. Why are we giving the least of the treatment? It should be the best. So we decided to do this phacos free. And somebody sponsored that. And today we are doing all operations with phaco surgery, laser surgery. And that is why from day one, the hospital is full with patients. In fact, we started it with a 100-bed hospital, but now we are immediately expanding it. We had a basement where we were putting 75 more beds because that is required. So many people are coming. So this is how Maharaj has very clarity about where what is needed. In Mumbai, yes, do it sustainable, you can charge the patient. In Barsana, Vrindavan, no charge. So that's a purely for serving Brajvasis in the name and for the glory of Srila Prabhupada. So these are some of the memories I could gather and I could say. Many more are there, but maybe some other time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.